Hi everybody, welcome back to the SeeSaw, and it is officially 2021. So happy new year to you all. If you're new here, my name is Karen. I run the channel and it features our family, which is myself, my husband Tony and our 11-year-old Caleb. We do mostly grocery hauls, meals of the week, recipes, some day in the life type things, some reviews, some family adventures, days out, trips, holidays, that sort of thing. Although obviously trips and holidays in the last year have been quite minimal. So yeah, we'd love to have you stick around if you like this sort of video. If you do, please hit subscribe and come back and visit us again when you're next browsing YouTube. It would be great to have you around. So I went to Tesco today to start off the New Year's groceries. I had my second 10% off a big shop coupon from our Clubcard Plus subscription for the month. It renews on the 18th of every month, so I decided to use that one today, and it meant I could be in and out of one shop rather than, as you know, if I go to Aldi, I do always end up having to go to Sainsbury's for a couple of things. So spent quite a bit today for a weekly shop, and there's certainly some areas where I didn't get a lot, like fruit and veg. I didn't get much. We didn't need that much. We've still got some bits and pieces left. But it is, hopefully, as I'm recording this, Caleb is going back to school on Tuesday. So I needed to get bits and bobs for school snacks, packed lunches. Kind of, if he has a meal at his childminder's in the evening, he's often kind of browsy hungry when he gets home, if you know what I mean, in that he just wants to look for something to eat before when we settle down for our evening meal. So I've catered for that a little bit. So there's a few more sort of snacks and things like that in the shop this week than there has been in previous few weeks. But it wasn't too bad out. We are in tier 4. Obviously the big discussion today is around whether schools will actually go back. So primary schools in our area, although we're tier 4, we're not the most extreme of the tier 4. So we are due to go back to school. Monday is teacher training day anyway for our school district. So we are due to go back on Tuesday, so we will see. By the time I post this, they may not be back at school. Caleb may be at home and everything will have changed again, because Tony and I do both go back to work on Monday. So we will just see what the next week brings. Obviously the numbers are looking really scary still at the moment here in the UK, and I know in other parts of the world where our viewers watch from as well. And I think to be expected from the relaxation that happened in the lead up to Christmas and over Christmas. So let's just hope we can get this vaccine rolled out, get people starting to build up some immunity against it, and get us all being able to move on with our lives at some point this year. So I will turn you around. I'll show you what I managed to pick up. And then at the end, as always, I'll show you our meal plan for the week ahead. However, just before I do that, I meant to show you my sweatshirt. So this is my motto for this year, if you can see that, love each day. I actually picked this up. I popped into Sainsbury's in between Christmas and New Year just for a few little bits that we needed. And they had their clothing sale on. And I picked this up. It was reduced down to £3 something. It was like 70% off of the Sainsbury's clothing, up to 70% off. And this was marked, I think it was £3.48. And it is a lovely long sleeved, as you can see, and it's a really nice soft feel, and I just loved that motto on there, love each day. I think the last year has taught us that we absolutely need to make sure we love each day. So sorry, I meant to just show you that when I was doing the intro, but now I will show you what we bought. So there is the sweep of everything. You can see it does go all the way around the counter, but there's not as much over here piled up. There's lots of stuff piled up from batteries and pens and things that we've had out over Christmas, but there's not as much fruit and veg piled up along there as there usually is. So as always with the Clubcard Plus shop, I will show you the savings I made. So when I was going around and scanning everything in, it came to £118.77. I then had £10.97 was for Clubcard pricing savings. So this was just if you've shopped in Tesco's recently, you will notice that a few things each week, or a number of things each week, have a Clubcard price next to the other price, the regular price. So anybody that has a Clubcard, it doesn't have to be Clubcard Plus, can get that pricing. So I saved about £11 with some of those deals. And then I got £10.51 savings. That was from my 10% off my big shop. So I ended up paying £97 for £118 worth of groceries. And that kind of £20 to £30 is about what I'm saving on the days that I use my Clubcard Plus 10% off with any other offers I've got at the same time. So non-food items, a big bag of seed mix for the birds. Weather's turned much colder, so we're absolutely routinely feeding them at the moment. A kitchen foil just to stock up. I also wanted some baking paper, but they were completely out. A toothpaste, some more of the feeding hay for Lickee. So a subscribe and save order usually arrives about the 8th or 9th of the month, but we're almost to the bottom of his upstairs hay. If you watched the last haul, you will know that's the hay he has in his top layer of his cage that he sort of grazes on. It's just grazing hay. And this is the similar one to the one that we buy him, that they sell in the grocery stores. So it's not as good, it's not as green looking, but he seems to quite like it. He has been fine with that over Christmas. Another bottle of the Vimto squash. Now I did notice this time, so if you remember, again, this has been my squash of choice since last summer. And in Tesco's it was originally it was marked down to 99p, and then it seemed to be their routine price was 99p, as it wasn't marked as a sale price. This week I paid £1.80 for it, but the other flavour, which is not as popular, it's watermelon and something, was 99p. So I think because this one sells better, they've put the price back up. So now it's the same price as it is in Sainsbury's. I got an assortment of drinks for Caleb. He's really been strange with drinks just lately. He used to just have this really good routine of he would have squash, so either blackcurrant and apple or orange squash. He would have juice with his meals, and then he would have a milkshake or a smoothie or something like that during the day, and then he would sip on water for his school drink, like to take to school with him. But during the Christmas holidays, I've noticed he's just not drinking at any kind of level that he should be drinking at. And we keep telling him, have a drink, and then he doesn't know what he wants. So I don't know. I've just got an assortment of things. He can pick what he wants. We have got squash in the cupboard, although he seems to have gone completely off squash. I've got some juice in the fridge from the Iceland delivery that I had in between Christmas and New Year. He hasn't had much of that yet, so I've got that. But then I got some water splash, which is the apple and raspberry version. I got some of these milkshakes, strawberry milkshakes, that are long life shelf stable ones. And then I got apple juice and orange juice in the little carton. So when he's doing a lunchbox for school, he can pick something from that to take with him, and try and get him back into the routine of having a glass of juice with his evening meal, and having a smoothie or a milkshake or something like that in the morning with his breakfast, and then having a couple more bottles of drink, either water if that's what he wants, or some well diluted squash or something. I don't know what's going on with him and drinking. I've got two of these. These are our favourite flatbreads, the Greek style flatbreads. These were £1 this week in Tesco, so I got two of them. I might pop one in the freezer. It will just depend if for the meal that I want them for, if Caleb's going to eat with us that night or not. If he is, then I'll keep them both out. If he's not, then I'll put one in the freezer. A loaf of our both together, so the 50/50, it's the Tesco own brand. A little box of chocolate brownie bites. Some of the bake at home sourdough baguettes. I just wanted the everyday kind of rolls, but they didn't have any. They had the Paul Hollywood ones, but they're too crunchy, too crispy for us. We don't like crunchy bread, if you know what I mean, or really crispy bread. We like softer bread. But we do like sourdough, so I picked up these and they will be fine for what I need that for. And then another bag of the Warburton's thin bagels. A couple of reasons that again, none of us are particularly bread people, so a thin bagel is better for us than a thick bagel, but also the thin ones come ready sliced, so it is a bit of a lazy thing as well. For snacks for Caleb to take to school, I've got him some of the brunch bars, which are the chocolate chip ones, and some of the apple yo-yo bars. He hasn't had those for a long time. He's probably going to tell me he doesn't like them anymore, but we shall see. 2 cans of apricots in juice, a can of the condensed cream of mushroom soup, a jar of the smooth bolognese sauce. Pringles were still £1 a tub in Tesco's this week, so I grabbed another bag of Pringles, a box of Pringles. We do have plenty of crisps still in the cupboard. some shell pasta, Nando's peri peri rub, some kidney beans in chili sauce, some of these little golden galaxy sprinkles, so they've got stars and gold and silver and black, kind of hundreds and thousands sorts of sprinkles, some linguine, some milk chocolate digestive slices, just for something different, a sweet treat again for the lunchbox. They are individually wrapped, so I tried to find something like that for sweet treats for a lunchbox. Lotus Biscoff, 2 packages of Oreo biscuits, which continue to be Caleb's biscuit of choice. I got him some of these Chew-It sweets. He's quite enjoying having just chewy fruit sweets at the moment, as a sweet treat. He doesn't eat a lot of sweets, but he went through a spell of having chocolate. But I think over Christmas we've had so much chocolate around that he just asked for something fruity, so I've got him those. The little bottles of Nando's sauce were £1 on Clubcard pricing. So I got a medium, which is my preferred one, and a hot, which is what Toney likes. The basmati rice, a big bottle of extra virgin olive oil. So this had a Clubcard pricing. I can't remember what it was. It was £3 something, but it made it the same price as a small bottle of like the Tesco brand. So I grabbed that. Got some Biscoff spread. I do love that. It's a bit of an indulgence, but I'm also doing some baking involving Biscoff this week. A couple of mug shots, just back to work next week, so need to make sure I've got those on standby for the days when I don't have something else available for lunch or I haven't made anything. A sachet of chili con carne seasoning. Now I do usually do all my own seasonings for chili because it is quite simple to just put, you know, paprika, chili powder, garlic, some cayenne, some cumin, those sorts of things all together. But I know this is going to be a crazy week, so this will work for me this week. Semi-skimmed milk, 2 blocks of butter and a tub of stork, some little cheese blocks, again ideal for lunch boxes, 2 packages of the wafer thin honey roast ham. So these were 2 for £3. They were £2 a pack or 2 for £3. So we do get through quite a bit of ham, and they do have a good date on them. So I just grabbed the 2. The garlic ciabatta slices, we had some of these just in the run up to Christmas, whatever day we had pasta. Or maybe it was after Christmas, who knows. One day recently we had like a pasta bolognese, and Toney picked these up for me when I asked him to get some garlic bread, and they were actually, we really enjoyed them. They're quite soft, and I don't know, we quite like the texture of those, so I've got some of those again. I bought a little tiny pack of sushi for Caleb to have for his lunch pot tomorrow, Sunday. Some tube yogurts, again those are lunchbox staples in our house, a bag of grated parmesan and a bag of mature cheddar, 2 of these little Suckies pouches. Again, Caleb had some of those in the lead up to Christmas, quite liked them. He likes the peach and apricot flavour, so it just makes an alternative to putting one of those in a lunchbox some days. Some tzatziki, going to have those with the flatbreads and some chicken and salad one day. Some of the smoky barbecue fridge raiders, again just something picky bits to put in lunch boxes. Some mixed, like the finely chopped mixed vegetables, and then some of our farmhouse mixed vegetables. That's to go in something. I always use those if I'm putting vegetables like in a pie or a casserole or something like that. These are what we have if we're serving vegetables on the side with something. On to meat, I got 2 packages of turkey thigh mince. I got a large whole chicken, that's for a roast dinner, and then I got a medium whole chicken, which is to cook all day in the slow cooker and then use the meat for a meal in the evening. They didn't have any boneless chicken thighs. They had plenty of regular chicken thighs, but none of the boneless, skinless ones at all, and there wasn't even a space for them in the fresh counter. So I did pick up a pack of the frozen ones. There's only 4 in there though, and so depending on whether Caleb wants to eat at home that night, I may still need to pick up a pack of the fresh ones during the week. Some Tesco Finest sausages, which were marked down to £2 with Clubcard pricing, and a pack of the pork loin steaks. They've actually just all shifted up, but I think there's kind of 5 or 6 in there. Those are the thin sliced ones, so they cook up really quickly. Some all-round potatoes, some sweet gem lettuce and little gem lettuce. The little gem is for Lickee. He has those leaves in his meals, and the sweet gem is for salad for us. Some onions, some mixed peppers, some baby spinach, again some to put in with salads and some for Lickee. Lickee was almost completely out of herbs, which for him is the end of the world. So we've stocked him right back up with mint, parsley, basil and dill. There's a cucumber there. I've got a mango and a melon just to have something different, fruity to start the year off. A hand of bananas. Gone back to my Cox's apples, which are really tasty. I was looking for raspberries, and the ones that were in date, like well in date, just didn't look very good. They looked like they were about to turn. And then on the marked down shelf, they had these ones that I've got today's date on them. They were marked down to £1.30 from £2. And they actually looked much better than the ones that were still in date. So I did grab them. Some super sweet strawberries and a little bag of little pears. They are tiny, but they would be fine to pop in a lunchbox for Caleb or for just a little snack pear. So then if I look at our meal plan for the week, tonight we're going to have sausage mash and veg. So just a traditional bangers and mash. I've got some muscle food sausages, but the pack was only 6. And Toney always has 4 sausages when we have sausages, so a pack of 6 does not work for us. So that's why I bought the other pack of Tesco's ones. So I'll cook both packages up, and it'll probably mean we'll have a couple left, but then we've got some sausages to put in with lunches and stuff like that. Just with mashed potatoes and some of the mixed frozen vegetables. Tomorrow I'm going to do spaghetti bolognese with garlic bread. Not a typical Sunday meal for us, but we've had roast dinners. We've had all kinds of strange food for the last 10 days. So I just fancied a spag bowl, and so that will be tomorrow. Monday I'm going to do Parmesan coated pork chops with potatoes and vegetables. I'll probably do little roasty potatoes with that, and so again some steamed vegetables. And that's just coating those pork slices in a coating mixture that's got some flour and stuff, but also has Parmesan cheese in it. Obviously, that's why they're called Parmesan pork chops. Tuesday we'll have peri-peri chicken with flatbreads and salad. I will use that frozen chicken thighs if it's just Toney and I. If it is Caleb wants to eat at home that night as well, I will stop and pick up some on my way home from work. Wednesday, chicken and vegetable casserole. I'm going to have the crusty bread with that, so the sourdough bread. And that's just, I will have the chicken cooking all day in the crock pot, the smaller of the 2 chickens, and then I will break that up, shred off the meat when I get home and combine it with some vegetables and make a chicken casserole. Chili rice and cornbread on Thursday, and then on Friday I will make a roast chicken dinner. I'll just put the chicken again in the crock pot to cook all day, do some potatoes and vegetables when we get home. So that is the plan for this kind of back to normal week. Few shortcuts in there because I think it is going to be quite a busy week. But looking forward to just some normal food really this week. I don't know if you feel like that by the time you get to kind of 2nd of January. You just want ordinary food. So I feel like we've got a week of fairly normal ordinary food and quite looking forward to it. So thank you for joining us for this grocery haul and meal plan, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the SeeSaw soon.